Hello everyone, and in today's video I'll give you tips on how to ace your upcoming semester and get a good GPA from all of the subjects. Now, the first thing that I want you to do is prepare your syllabus. Prepare your syllabus. Now, what does it mean is that I want you to prepare the courses that you are taking. So, for example, you might be taking, let's say, calculus, or if you are taking some engineering courses, I want you to look for the syllabus and look for the specific chapters that you need to study. Also, look for the dates. How many weeks do you have until the exams, and what chapters you should really focus on. This is really helpful and it will give you understanding of how to study and what to study. Now, the next thing is study in vacation. Now, this is important because in vacation, you'll not only understand the topic, but when the semester starts, it will be much easier for you to grasp what the professor is saying. And instead of studying during the semester and trying to understand about the course, you can study the professor. You can study the what way he wants you to write, what kind of answers he's looking for, and what kind of writing he wants. For example, in calculus class, some professors are a bit strict about your writing and some are not. So you can explore the professor and you can explore the course more easily. Now you might be asking, how can I study during the vacation? And the next step is make a schedule. Schedule. Now, if you have tough courses like calculus or physics or chemistry, uh, I want to I want you to use your time during the vacation and to study effectively. Try to cover as much syllabus as you can before the semester starts. So, and when you make a schedule, I want you to make an approximate kind of a schedule. I don't want you to make 15 hours a day study for 6 days a week because by doing that you might get exhausted. So, the good thing to study in vacation is that you can be more flexible, more flexible. And if you feel your schedule, it will be much easier to study, believe me. Now the good thing about the schedule is that it's not only going to guide you, but it will make you feel guilty if you skip a day. So let's say you wanted to study on Monday and you skipped your study session, then on Tuesday you're less likely to skip because looking at your schedule, you'll be a bit more or less guilty for skipping. And that's the good thing about making schedules. So I want you to make a schedule, an approximate schedule on how are you going to study. Now that you have courses to study and schedule to study, next thing is find past papers, past exam papers. Exam papers. I think this one is one of the most important tips of this list. I want you to go over your past papers before studying each chapter. By doing so, you'll understand what kind of questions are being asked in the exam, and you'll have a scanner in your brain that will look for specific kind of questions, specific type of questions, and you'll much easier understand that questions and you'll find those questions much easier. So studying past papers is very important. And after studying each chapter, you can do problems, you can solve problems from previous exams about those chapters, and it will be much helpful for you and for your understanding. Now, the next step is about how to stay disciplined during the vacation. So, when you study, you don't want to study for example, 8 hours and take 3 hour break, let's say, and study for 2 more hours. That will make you exhausted very easily, and by the time you will start your second week or third week of the vacation, you'll already be exhausted and you don't want to study. So I want you to study every day, maybe approximately 8 hours a day, but with a little chunks. So 25-minute study session and 5-minute break, or 50-minute study session and 10-minute breaks. So I want you to study with breaks because it will increase your attention span and you will not get exhausted very fast. Number 6 is don't be scared to write on your textbooks. Don't be scared. On your textbooks. Now, what I mean is, if you are studying some biology, let's say, and you have a lot of chunk of text, and sometimes it's really hard to understand and hard to keep connection. So, if I want you to, for example, to use a tick method. So, let's say there's some words and you read it, and after reading that, you can put a tick on your textbook, and whenever you read and you don't understand, you can come back to the tick instead of going to the beginning of the text. So this is kind of a deadline for yourself. So after tick, you should not go back and read the whole passage again, but just read after the tick. Now this is helpful because when, let's say you study 6 hours and you feel a bit tired and it's hard to understand, and the tick method will help you to keep the idea of what's going in the text. And another thing that was helpful for me is summarize each, let's say, paragraphs. But this is not necessary. But if you think that the concept is important and you think that you'll likely forget about the concept, then I want you to write a small summary of the concept. So when the semester starts or when you come back to the text to read it again, you'll just read the summary and you'll understand what the text is all about. So this is the next thing. Now, after a while, the tick method and summarizing might not help you. So to stay disciplined, I want you to make a timer. So make a timer. Give yourself a deadline. So if you're studying some page, I want you to put, and if you think you're going too slow, I want you to put a 25-minute timer and try to read as much as you can, as fast as you can, with a lot of understanding. So whenever you feel like you're studying too slow or you are going too slow, I recommend you to put a timer. This one is really helpful along with the tick method. Now, if you have questions about how to make a schedule, I put a link in the description section of this video. So you can check that and use it for your own. So check the description. Or if you're using other application, that's also fine. But if you're using spreadsheet, oh, sorry, check description. So if you are using spreadsheets, go to the descriptions, open the file, and you can copy it and paste it on your own spreadsheets, and you can use it after that. And that's it for this video, and good luck on your upcoming exams.